I'm reviewing a book, chapter by chapter, and the book is The Entropy Effect by Vonda McIntyre. And today I'll be talking to you about chapter 8. Chapter 8 is the climax of the book because Spock is going back in time to save a Captain Kirk that was killed by a time-traveling madman scientist who used to be Spock's teacher. After going back in time once, he failed, and he goes back in time twice to where his Dr. Mardeau is imprisoned, but that was too late as well. So then he goes back a third time and meets Dr. Mardeau at the point where he sends his friends back in time, which starts the chain reaction of the entropy effect, which is about to decay the universe within a century. Meanwhile, Hunter, Kirk's ex-girlfriend, and Dr. McCoy are on the Enterprise, and Hunter is not satisfied with the story that Dr. McCoy has provided with regard to Captain Kirk's death, and neither is the prosecutor, Ian Braithwaite. It seems as though Spock has failed yet again to convince Dr. Mardeau on the at the point where he's about to send his friends back in time, to convince them to stop the experiment, because that's what starts everything. And he does all these equations. These scientists are like, you just introduce a variable that doesn't exist yet, so we don't believe you. Somebody even does a Vulcan nerve pinch to try to stop him from stopping the experiment. But one thing that's missing here in the book is why these people are so insistent on going back in time. These friends of Dr. Mardeau, Spock's ex-teacher, ex-physics professor, or whatever. They're very violently insistent on going back in time, and there's not really a reason provided for that. So I wish that was a little more fleshed out, but there's so much to this book, depth-wise, emotionality-wise, that I can see why it's hard to, it's like one little detail isn't going to ruin the book. But I wish that was fleshed out a little bit more. But otherwise, everything snaps back to normal. Everybody's waking up like it's a bad dream. Sulu wakes up with his lover. It's wrapped up really well. All that's left is the epilogue. This book is really super well written. Probably the best written book out of the ones I've read so far.